January 2019, Mathematics A, Paper 1H, higher tier. Without sufficient working, correct answers may be awarded no marks. Total 100 marks. International GCSE Mathematics Formula Sheet, higher tier. Question number 1. Factorize fully 4p plus 6pq. 4 is the same as 2 times 2. And then we'll have the p. Plus 6 is the same as 2 times 3. And we have the p and q. So we have 2 on the left term, 2 on the right term. So we'll put 2 outside. We have p on the left, p on the right. So we put p outside. So what we are left is 2. And what we are left is 3 and q. Part B, expand and simplify. So we're going to use FOIL method. First, outer, inner, and last. First is E times E, which is E squared. Outer is E times minus 5, minus 5E. Inner is 3 times E, which is 3E. And last is 3 times minus 5, which is minus 15. Collect the like terms. Minus 5E plus 3E gives you minus 2E. So your answer is E squared minus 2E minus 15. Part C, solve y equals to 2y plus 1 over 5. Show clear algebraic working. Divide by 5 goes to the left, it becomes times 5. So 5 times y is equals to 2y plus 1. We minus 2y from both sides. So 5 minus 2y, it will be equals to 1. So 5 minus 2y is 3y is equals to 1. It's times 3, it goes to the right, it becomes divided by 3. So y equals to 1 over 3. Question number 2. Describe fully the single transformation that maps A onto triangle B. It's rotation, 90 degrees clockwise, and the center is minus 2, 3. That gives you 3 marks. 1, 2, 3 things for 3 marks. It's a rotation, it's 90 degrees clockwise, and that's clockwise pointing there. And center is minus 2, 3. So if you have your center minus 2, 3, and you can imagine that thing, you're rotating it. So you're going from A to B, that's A, imagine that, and you have to rotate it. When you rotate it, it will come and fit on B. So you imagine you had it there as the point A, and then you have to rotate it. See that thing there? You rotate it. And make sure the center is minus 2, 3. Part B. On the grid, translate triangle A by the vector 2, minus 5. Label the new triangle C. So we want to translate triangle A by the vector 2, minus 5. So if we put this as A, if you blink, you will miss this. We want to move it 2 to the right and 5 down. So we go 1, 2 to the right, and then 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see where it ends? Let's go back and do that again. 2 to the right, 1, 2, and 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what you do. And you will end up at this here, where it will be minus 2, 2, minus 2, 4, minus 1, 4. So that will be the new coordinate that your triangle will be at. And on the grid, enlarge triangle D with scale factor half and center minus 4, 2. So you can draw this grid line from the center, the guidelines. Draw those guidelines. We call them guidelines. So you know your diagram will be in the guidelines. 4 times a half will give you 2. 2 times a half will give you 1. So that just tells you 1, 2, 3, 4. So the thing will be 2. So it'll be just 1, 2. And when it's 2 there, 1, 2, you times by half, you get 1. So you just get 1 there. So it'll be 1 there and 2 there. But before it was 2 there and 4 there. Question number 3. Here is a biased 5-sided spinner. When the spinner is spun, it can land on red, blue, green, brown, or yellow. The table gives the probabilities that the spinner lands on red or on blue or on green. When the spinner is spun once, the probability that the spinner lands on brown is 0.06 more than the probability that the spinner lands on yellow. Jenny spins the spinner 150 times. Work out an estimate for the number of times the spinner lands on yellow. So total probability adds up to 1. So 1 minus 0.15 plus 0.26 plus 0.33, you will get 0.26. So probability of yellow is 0.26 minus 0.06 divided by 2, which is 0.1. So estimate is probability times a number. The probability is 0.1. The number of times is 150, and that gives you 15. Question number 4. The table gives information about the price of gold. Work out the percentage increase in the price of gold between 1st February 2016 and 1st March 2016. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Percentage increase is given by the new price minus the old price divided by the old price times 100. You need to learn this formula. New price is 1,236.5. Old price 1,126.5 divided by the old price times 100. That gives you 9.76%. The price of 1 ounce of gold on 1st February 2016 was $1,126.50. The price of gold increased by 19% from 1st February 2016 to 1st July 2016. Work out the price of 1 ounce of gold on 1st July 2016. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. So we want to work out 19% of that. 19% of 1,126.5. It gives you 214.035. You add that to the original, and that gives you 1,341 to the nearest dollar. Question number 5. BCD and AFE are straight lines. BCD and AFE are straight lines. Show that BCD is parallel to AFE. Give reasons for your working. So we have 4x plus 15 plus 30x minus 5. Because it's a straight line, these two angles add up to 180 degrees. So that's equals to 180. So 4x plus 30x gives you 34x. 15 minus 5, it gives you 10. After that, 180 minus 10, it gives you 170. And it's times 34. So it becomes 170 divided by 34. It gives you x is 5. If you substitute x is 5, there you have 20 times 5 plus 45. That will give you 145 degrees. And if you put 30 times 5 minus 5, that gives you 145 degrees. So that this angle is the same like that angle. It's like the alternate, that's the Z alternate angles are equal. So AFC is 145, which is this angle. And FCD is 145, which is that angle. Or you can do the other one, which is 35, 35. So x equals to 5 from the solution of the two equations. You could solve the 30x minus 5 is equals to 20x plus 45. For their alternate angles. So take 20x to the left, it becomes 30x minus 20x. Take minus 5 to the right, it becomes 45 plus 5. 30x minus 20x is 10x. 45 plus 5 is 50. So it's times 10. You divide by 10, it becomes x is 5. So you got x is 5 there, x is 5 there. Question number 6. Complete the table of values of y equals to x squared minus 5x plus 6. You take the value 1, substitute it, comes 1 squared minus 5 times 1 plus 6. That gives you 2. Take the value 5. 5 squared minus 5 times 5 plus 6 gives you 6. Part B. On the grid, draw the graph of y equals to x squared minus 5x plus 6. So you have the points 0, 6, 1, 2, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 2, 5, 6. You plot the points on the graph. 0, 6, you mark that point there. 1, 2, you mark the point there. 2, 0, you mark that point. 3, 0, you mark the point. And you join them with the smooth curve. Do not use a ruler. Part C. By drawing a suitable straight line on the grid, find the estimates for the solutions of the equation. We have x squared minus 5x plus 6 plus 1 is equals to x. If you take plus 1 to the right-hand side, it becomes minus 1. So x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equals to x minus 1. So you draw the line y equals to x minus 1. And that line is that blue line there. And you find where the blue line meets the red curve. The blue line meets the red curve at this point here. And you read the value on the x-axis, which is 1.6. And it also meets at this point here. And you read the value on the x-axis is 4.4. Question number 7. The table shows the volumes in kilometers cubed of 4 oceans. Write 7.18 times 10 to the 7 as an ordinary number. 10 to the power 7. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 71800,000. Calculate the total volume of these 4 oceans. The total volume means you add all of them. You add 1.88 times 10 to the 7 plus 3.10 times 10 to the 6 plus 2.64 plus 7.18 times 10 to the 7. And that gives you that answer. The volume of the South China Sea is 9,880,000 kilometers cubed. Write 9,880,000 in standard form. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 9.88 times 10 to the power of 6. Question number 8. The diagram shows an isosceles triangle. The area of the triangle is 12 centimeters squared. Work out the perimeter of the triangle. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Area of a triangle is given by half times the base times the height. The area is 12. 12 equals to half times the base is 5. But we do not know the height. So when we rearrange that, 24 divided by 5, 2 times 12 is 24. So 24 divided by 5 is equals to h. And that will give us h to be 4.8. We have h squared is equals to x squared minus 2.5 squared. Because 2.5, 5 divided by 2, that's 2.5, and that's 2.5. So we have 4.8 squared plus 2.5 squared is equals to x squared. So x is given by square root of 29.9, which is 5.41. So perimeter is the distance around 1, 2, 3 sides to add them up. So we add x plus 5 We know x is that 5.141, 5.41, and 5. We add them up, it gives us 15.8. Question number 9. The table shows information about the speeds of 60 cycles. Complete the cumulative frequency table. You start with 3. You add 16 plus 3, it gives you 19. And you add 19 plus 24, it gives you 43. 43 plus 10, it gives you 53. 53 plus 5, it gives you 58. And 58 plus 2, it gives you 60, which we have 60 and 60 there. On the grid, draw a cumulative frequency graph for your table. So when you plot the points, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points you plot. You plot 10 and 3, 10 and 3, 20 and 19, 30 and 43. So you plot all these points, 40 and 53, and you join it with a curve. I've done in that pink line. Use your graph to find an estimate for the interquartile range of the speeds. The lower quartile, 60 divided by 4 gives you 15. So you start for the lower, you start at 15, you draw a line, you come down, the lower quartile is 18. And you go at 45, you come down, the upper quartile is 32. So interquartile range is upper quartile minus lower quartile. 32 minus 18. 32 minus 18. It gives you 14. Question number 10. Here is a triangle ABD. The point C lies on BD. AD equals to 13 centimeters. BC equals to 8. Angle ADB equals to 90. Angle CAD equals to 20. Calculate the size of angle BAC. BAC, I've colored the angle in yellow. Give your answer correct to 1 decimal place. Using tangent of 20. Tangent of 20 is opposite over adjacent. Opposite is CD. Adjacent is 13. So CD, 13 goes to the left, is equals to 13 times tan 20, which gives you 4.7316. And you can use tan BAD is equals to 8 plus 4.73, because it's that opposite, divided by the adjacent, which is 13. If you watch that again, tan BAD, which is all of that angle, is equals to 8 plus 4.73, which is the opposite, divided by the adjacent, which is 13. And that gives you 0.9793. So BAD is inverse tangent of that, which is 44.4. So angle BAC is 44.4, which is for all of them, minus 20. It gives you 24.4. Question number 11. Express 5/3 minus x plus 2/2x as a single fraction in its simplest form, in simplest terms. 5/3 minus x plus 2/2x. 3 times 2x is 6x, and that would be the LCM. So there would be 6 divided by 3 is 2. So the 5 times 2x. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So with 3 times x plus 2. You remove the bracket. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. 10x minus 3x is 7x. So 7x minus 6 over 6x. Question number 12. The curve C has equation y equals to 1 over 3x cubed minus 9x plus 1. Find dy over dx. We got the equation of the curve, dy over dx. When you differentiate 1 over 3x cubed, the 3 comes in front, it becomes 3 times 1 over 3x to the power 3 minus 1. You differentiate minus 9x, it's like x to the 1, 1 comes in front. So it's 1 times 9x to the 1 minus 1. Differentiate 1, you get 0. 3 and 3 will cancel, so you go x squared. And when you differentiate the 9x, you get 9. So it's x squared minus 9. Find the range of values of x for which C has a negative gradient. When the gradient is negative, dy over dx is less than 0. So x squared minus 9 is equals to 0. When we solve that, we will get x to be plus or minus 3. So you would have minus 3 less than x less than 3. That is the range. From minus, start at minus 3 and end at 3. And when you plot that on the calculator, you put x squared minus 9. You will see the minus 3 there where you start, and the plus 3 there where you end. And the part which is below 0 is this part underneath, the part I've circled. So it starts from minus 3 and end at 3. And you will put your x values from minus 5 up to 5 so that you can see it clearly. And then you enter the equation in your calculator, x squared minus 9. Question number 13. All the students in year 11 at a school must study at least one of geography, history, and religious studies. In year 11, there are 65 students. Of these students, 15 study geography, history, and religious studies. 21 study geography and history. 16 study geography and religious studies. 30 study geography. 18 study only religious studies. 37 study religious studies. Using this information, complete the Venn diagram to show the number of students in each region of the Venn diagram. We have 15 who study geography, history, and religious studies. So 15 goes in the middle. Always start with the one that goes in the middle there. Always start with the one that goes in the middle. So you put 15 that go in there. 21 study geography and history. So 21 minus 15 is 6. So geography and history should be 21. So we know this is 15. So 21 minus 15 is 6. So that's why we've got 6 in there. 16 minus 15 is 1. 16 study geography and religious studies. So geography and religious studies inside here should be 16 in total. And we know there's 15 there. So 16 minus 15 is 1. 30 minus 15 minus 6 minus 1 is equals to 8. Because 30 students study geography. So inside this geography circle, there should be 30. So we get 30 minus 6, 30 minus 15, 30 minus 1. You're left with 8. So there's 8 there for geography. It says 18 study only religious studies. So we'll put 18 in there. 37 study religious studies. So we have all of this has to be 37. So inside these religious studies, it has to be 37. So 37 minus 18 minus 15 minus 1, you'll be left with 3 there. A student in year 11 who studies both history and religious studies is chosen at random, history and religious studies. Work out the probability that this student does not study geography. So history and religious studies and does not study geography is only that 3 there. And that will be 3 out of 18. Out of 18, 15 plus 3, it gives you 18. Question number 14. T is directly proportional to the cube of R. T is equal to 21.76 and R is equal to 4. Find the formula for T in terms of R. T is directly proportional to R cube. So the cube of R is like written like that, R cube. Change the proportional sign to equals to and K. So now you have an equation because it has got an equals to sign. And we need to find what K is. So we write T equals to K times R cube. T is 21.76. R is 4. So write it 21.76 equals to K times 4 cube. So K is given by, you divide by 4 cube. And K would be 0.34. So your equation is T is equal to 0.34 R cube. Work out the value of T when R is 6. So you substitute 6 there. 6 cube times 0.34, it gives you 73.44. Question number 15. The total surface area of a solid hemisphere is equal to the curved surface area of a cylinder. The radius of the hemisphere is R centimeters. The radius of the cylinder is twice the radius of the hemisphere. Given that the volume of the hemisphere is to the volume of the cylinder is equals to 1:m. Find the value of m. I have here the formula for surface area of a sphere, 4 pi radius squared. So surface area of a sphere, 4 pi radius squared. There's a circle there. Area of a circle is pi radius squared. A hemisphere, and then we have the radius is 2r. It's twice the radius. And so we have here, and the area is 2 pi times 2r times h. So we have total surface area of a solid hemisphere is equal to the curved surface area of a cylinder. So we have 4 pi radius squared divided by 2 plus pi radius squared. The pi radius squared is the area of that circle. The 4 pi radius squared is the area of a hemisphere, but we divide it by 2 because we want just half of it. So 4 pi radius squared is for the whole hemisphere. Divide by 2 because we want just half of it, plus the area of this circle. And that should be equals to surface area of a cylinder, 2 pi times 2r times h. So we get the correct expression for either r or h. So we put that together, the pi's will cancel. So we get rid of pi. It cancels from all of them. So we're left with 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we're left with 2r squared plus r squared is equals to 2 times 2 is 4, 4rh. 2r squared plus r squared, it gives you 3r squared. We can cancel one of the r. One r will cancel there and one r will cancel there. So we have 3r is equals to 4h. So h is equals to 3r over 4. H is 3r over 4. Or you can say r is equals to 4h over 3. So we have a sphere here. Volume is 4 over 3 pi radius cube. A hemisphere, volume is 2 over 3. Why is it 2 there? Because you divide the 4 by 2 to halve it. So the half changes that. So that's the volume of a cylinder. The formula pi radius squared h. So we have half times 4 over 3 pi times r cube. And this, so we replace h. H is replaced with 3 over 4R. So H is replaced with 3 over 4R. So the ratio, that 2 dot means is 2. So this would end up 4 divided by 2 is 2. And we'll divided by the 3. The pi will cancel. R cube would cancel because that will be R squared, that will be R, so that will cancel with this one. And we'll have 2 squared divided by 4, that will cancel. So we have 2 over 3 times what 3 is equals to, is 2, 3 times 3. So we'll have 2 divided by 2, 9 divided by 2. So go 1 is to 4.5. So volume of hemisphere is to volume of cylinder is 1 is to m, and the value for m is 4.5.